If anyone has any requests, we're gonna get started in about 5-ish minutes. So if you have anything that you need today, or any favorite poses, anything at all, just let me know within the next couple of minutes, and we'll get started. Hi, Edla. Haven't seen you in many years. What's it been, like 8-ish years? It's good to see that you're here. Hi, Leanne. You got the right day today. Hi, Patty. All right, I don't see any requests here, but I'll give it a couple more minutes and we'll start with or without the requests. All right. We probably won't need too much for this practice. If you have a blanket, if you have some blocks, grab those just in case, or a strap. But it's not completely necessary to have all that stuff. But just whatever you normally would use, go ahead and make sure you have that. And then find a comfortable seat. Hi, Gillian. And so once you have found a comfortable seat, just make sure that the spine feels tall and that you're comfortable. Try to get your hips a little bit higher than the knees if you can. If not, that's okay as long as you're comfortable. And then close your eyes. And once you close your eyes, and just notice where you are at today. Check in with your overall mood. Sigh the breath out through the mouth. And notice how the breath feels. Notice how it feels in the body today, without even working to deepen it just yet. Are you able to breathe fully and deeply? Or does the breath feel shallow and not quite so full? Maybe it's filling up more in the top part of the lungs or the middle rather than the bottom first. Let it be what it is. We'll work on changing it in just a few minutes. And dropping down through the sitting bones so that you can sit up even taller. Sitting in a way where you're reaching through the crown of the head, and still the chin stays parallel to the floor. Let the hips start to soften. Notice if you're holding or gripping anywhere in the hips, and especially right in the hip creases. And see if you can just let yourself soften down into the earth. But even though there is that downward energy with gravity, let the inhalations start to lift you and carry you higher. If you have found yourself stressed out, tired, worried, anxious, any of those lower vibrational energies that weigh you down, if you find yourself carrying around any of those types of feelings and emotions, sigh the breath out through the mouth. And maybe do that anyways, it feels really good. Relax the jaw. And feel the eyes sink beneath the eyelids, behind the eyelids. And start to encourage the breath lower and deeper. And let it rise on up. So the top of the inhalation is where you're capping off the lungs. And the rib cage starts to move even more three-dimensionally with every breath in. And with each breath out. I get these notes from the universe. I've been getting them for a lot of years, but you can find them at tut.com, tut.com, and sign up for them. But the one from this morning, there was a question, and the question was, what is your favorite part of being part of this universe? What is your happiest thing about being alive? What do you enjoy the most about being alive? And I thought about that for a moment. A lot of times I just kind of pass on by those emails because I've been getting them for so long. But when I need a little bit of inspiration, I tend to read more of them. They're usually pretty short. But I turned and I asked Alessa, my daughter, what she loved most about being alive. And she said fun. She likes to have fun. And that's her favorite part about being human. And she asked me, and I said that I get to love. I get to love you. I get to love anyone I want, and show that love and receive that love. And so I invite you to ask yourself the same question. What is your favorite part about being on this universe? And even if that takes a little bit of time to figure that out, ask yourself, what is that one thing? And it could be more than one, but maybe just stick with your most favorite for now to keep things simple. And remind yourself of that throughout this class and throughout the day. Breathing in and breathing out, let the shoulders drop. And begin to tip your head from side to side. Staying tall. And gently let your head roll forward and side to side from there. Notice how it feels to breathe. Possibly slightly different from when we first got on the mat. Take a few more rounds of breath with a few more of these movements with the head and the neck. And come on back to center. Keep your chin down toward your chest, or bring it down toward your chest if it's not there already. And take your hands together right in front of your heart. Lift your heart. Lift the heart right up to meet the thumbs. And offer yourself a smile, in addition to bringing your awareness for a moment back to your favorite thing about being alive. It could just be something that you want or you desire. You can approach this as a law of attraction type of a thing where you're imagining it as if you already have it. Maybe you do already have it. So take a moment just to sit in that and to honor whatever it is that brings you the most joy here on this earth. And sigh your next breath out, release your hands. If you're sitting on anything, go ahead and take that, set that aside. Slide everything away. And we're going to come over, we're going to begin in downward facing dog. So spread the fingers wide apart with the hands shoulder distance apart. Step one leg back and then the other leg back, first finding a push-up. Take a full breath in. On the breath out, carefully send the hips up. And just take a couple of tiny little steps forward, if that feels better for right now, and walk in place. Don't worry too much about anything unless it's causing you discomfort. But for now, just focus on spreading the fingers wide apart and connecting through each finger through each knuckle. Feel the length of the fingers on your mat or on the floor. And start to tip your hips a little from side to side. And remember, you can have your feet a little wider apart if the back has been achy or bothering you at all. And you can start to tip the hips far enough so that you feel a stretch along the side body. And if you need child's pose, go ahead and take that. And then from there, walk the feet up, walk them wide, walk the hands back, soften the knees quite a bit, release the head down. And then carefully shift your weight from foot to foot, from side to side. Breathing in, breathing out. Releasing the head and the neck, the hinge of the jaw, keeping the toes soft. Take one final breath in. And exhale the breath out. See if you can let the shoulders and the head get a little bit more weighted. And then take the hands just above the knees. You can roll up or keep that bend in the knees and carefully come up, slowly come up with a flat back. Walk up to the top of your mat. Take the hands together right in front of your heart. Close your eyes. Take a full breath in, and again, lifting your heart to meet your thumbs. Broadening across the chest, and feel your feet planted. Grounding down, imagine sending roots down into the earth to create stability and a strong foundation. Still, the jaw stays unhinged. The face is soft. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. Let's inhale, take the arms, sweep them up. On the exhale, arms wide and fold down. If you don't have a lot of space in front of you or to the sides of you, you can take the palms together and bring them down to the heart and then release them to earth. Halfway lift, breathe in, hands to the shin bones. Gently press the hands to the shin bones. Keep on breathing. Balance the weight across both feet and lengthen the spine long. Inhale. And exhale, soften the knees, bow down. Take the right foot, step it back. Take the knee down to the ground. Settle in here. You can stay right here. Or bring the hands up to the front leg. Maybe the eyes are open and gazing straight ahead, or closed, which makes it even more of a balanced pose here. Let the front of that right thigh soften down. Full breath in. Feel the shoulder blades drop down the back as you exhale. Maybe the hips soften down a little bit more. Take a look down, hands down. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Full breath in. On your exhale, take the knees down. Reach your heart toward the front of the mat. Hug the shoulder blades down the back, lower down. Point through the toes, lift up the heart. Inhale. We're going to do this 3 times. Exhale, lower down, let the nose touch. Inhale, press the tops of the feet down, lift up through the heart, spread the collarbones. And exhale, lower down. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Spread the fingers, press into the hands, tuck the toes, take the hips up and back. Walk in place here, take a couple of breaths. And now now start to hug the arm bones into the shoulder sockets and take the tops of the shoulders and move them away from one another. Last breath in. And breathe it out. Take a look between your hands and walk the feet all the way up to the top. Take the hands to the shin bones and extend the heart forward and away from the belly button. On your exhale, bend the knees, soften down, release your head. Take a full breath in, come all the way up to stand, stretch up, maybe back, hands together right in front of the heart. Inhale here. Exhale, staying grounded, strong, tall. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold down. Take a breath in, come up halfway. On your exhale, fold down, release your head, and then step your left foot back. Take that knee down to the ground. And take a moment to set yourself up here. Right knee underneath the ankle. Stay right here, or if you're feeling it on this side, take the hands right up to that front leg. Eyes open with a soft gaze, or close your eyes and work on your balance a little bit. Possibly letting that left thigh soften down even further if that feels okay. If not, you can hug that front foot and back knee in opposite directions to work on cultivating more strength and stability in the lower part of your body rather than just dropping into your flexibility. And if you're super flexible, just be cautious, and maybe you do want to hug everything in and lift up from the pelvic floor. Last inhalation right here. On your exhale, take a look down, hands down, step back, top of a push-up. Breathing in. Exhale, take the knees down, shift the hips forward, let your elbows point back, lower, point through the toes, lift up the heart 3 times. Breathing in here. Exhale, keep the spine long, let the nose touch down. Breathe out all the way, empty all the air. And again, breathe in, lift up, spread the collarbones, opening up across the heart. And a breath out, empty all the air, lowering down. Last one, breathe in, tops of the feet are pressing down into the earth so you feel the kneecaps lift. And breathing out, coming all the way down. Tuck the toes, spread the fingers, press yourself up and back to downward facing dog. Couple of steps in place here. If it feels okay, you can nod the head, but be mindful of the shoulders, of the upper arms. The upper arms are wrapping inward, inner elbows facing one another. Tops of the shoulders moving away. You can keep the feet wider apart. You can keep a bend in the knees. Just keep lifting the sitting bones to the sky. Full breath in. Last breath out. Take a look between the hands. Walk or step all the way up to the top. Take your hands to the shin bones. Reach your heart forward. On your exhale, bow down to yourself, to that one thing that makes you the happiest. Inhale, come all the way up for being in the universe. Hands together in front of the heart. Pause here, close the eyes. That one thing that makes you the happiest, that brings you the most joy about being on this planet, being human, part of this universe, connected. Inhale and exhale. Moving on, breathe in, reach up. Exhale, dive down. Take a full breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, bow to yourself. Step the right foot back, keep the knee lifted. You can always drop the knee if you need to. Otherwise, keep it lifted, but find a little bend in that back knee, in that right knee. Carefully take the hands up to the front leg. Find your balance. If this feels a lot like a balance pose to you, it is absolutely helpful to find your drishti, that point of focus. So the back knee has a little bend in it, which means you can start to draw the shoulders even further over the hips. And when you feel pretty stable there, when you feel tall in the spine, send the right heel back. Left shin bone forward, hips dropping down. Stay tall. Think about hands to the hips, pushing the hips down, but you're lifting up out of that downward gravitational energy, and you're lifting up. Maybe the arms reach to the sky. And the upper arm bones move back beside the ears. Inhale. Exhale, take the hands down, step back, downward dog. Breathe in here. Sigh the breath out. Look between the hands, bend both knees, sit the hips back toward the heels, and hop or step right up to the top. Full breath in, long spine, parallel to the ground. Complete breath out, soften the knees and fold. Inhale, root down through the feet to rise up to the sky. On your exhale, hands together right in front of the heart. Inhale here. Exhale. This time, with movement, breathe in, arms reach. Exhale, dive down. Full breath in, long spine. Complete breath out, release the head. Step your left foot back. Keep the knee lifted, check in that the right knee is over that ankle. Find a little bend in the back knee. Take the hands up to the right leg. Take a moment there. Notice where you begin in this pose. Are you tipping forward like I am? I definitely always start that way, and then I bend the back knee and I drop back a bit. Try to bring the shoulders over the hips, hands to the hips, resisting gravity. And then when you feel tall enough, send the left heel back. Reach the right knee over that ankle. Feel the pull across the front of the left leg, right into the hip flexor, which goes really deep into the belly. Reaching back through the left heel. Maybe the arms reach up toward the sky. Maybe even look up this time. Lift up the heart. If you don't feel like smiling, maybe let the corners of your lips turn up just a little bit, just because. Last breath in here. Inhale. Exhale, take the hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Sigh the breath out. Wave the hips. Move in any way that feels good. On your next breath in, come forward to your push-up. As you exhale, you might want to keep the knees lifted or drop them still. Either way, reaching the heart toward the front of the mat, pointing through the toes, lifting up the heart. Just one breath in this time. Exhale, lower down, tuck the toes, press back child's pose. Find your most comfortable child's pose. Knees are wide or they are together. Arms are overhead or back beside the feet with the palms facing up. What feels best in your body? And can you soften maybe the hips, the shoulders, the back of the heart, the front of the heart? One more inhale. Full breath out. Start to make your way back up when you're ready. Spread the fingers wide. Step the feet back, top of a push-up. Long spine, long body, belly button hugging up toward the back of the body. Downward dog from here. Sending the hips high. Spread the fingers, plug the upper arm bones in, move the tops of the shoulders away from one another. Come to the balls of the feet, bend the knees. Lift up through the sitting bones, but keep that bend in the knees. See how that feels. Breathe in. And breathe out. Look between the hands. Wander all the way up to the top. Feet about hip distance apart. Take the hands to the shin bones. Find your halfway lift, and maybe the hands stay on the shin bones, or you can touch the fingertips down just in front of the toes. Whatever you need to do to keep a long spine. And then think about tipping the pelvis forward, lifting up through the sitting bones, and reaching the crown of the head straight ahead. You can lean back to the heels, lean forward, back and forward. Maybe start these little circles or even side to side. You can really start to feel the different parts of the calf muscles stretching. And the backs of the knees. Keep the jaw soft, eyes soft. One more inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, gently fold down. Release the head. Let the head and the shoulders get as heavy as they possibly can. Either using your hands to help yourself come up on the legs or bend the knees and roll. Take the arms to the sky, reach up, palms together, and then bring the hands right down to the heart. So we're going to do something. It's called the Wake Up Method. I've been reading this book. It's really quite interesting, and it's I heard it on a podcast. Actually, Leanne, your daughter, gave me the name of the podcast. It Sounds True, I believe it's called. But this is called The Energy Medicine Yoga Prescription by Lauren Walker. And I started with hearing this method called the Wake Up Method to get your energy flowing in the right direction. And I thought about starting class with this, but completely slipped my mind. So we're actually going to do it now, and you can do this any point throughout the day. And we've all here been doing it as often as we remember. And it's been really, really helping to shift the energy and to kind of wake us back up. So we start standing, and you're going to find your collarbones here, and you walk the hands in until you find those 2 points almost where they meet there, a little bit of space between, and then you drop down just maybe about an inch or so where you feel where it might be a little tender. There's like a little hollow there, and you find that spot and you just kind of bang, like you're kind of knocking on a door. And this just starts to get the energy to wake up. And remember, we have all these meridians along the body, the bottoms of our feet. We have these different points and the meridians in the body where the energy flows. So this just helps to wake up the energy. And then we drop down to the center of the chest over the thymus gland. So that's really great for our immune system. And you just kind of pound there carefully, not too hard. You don't want to bruise yourself. So that stimulates our immunity right here. And then you go down to the bottom of the ribs and you just kind of tap there. And this really helps aid digestion. And from the way she describes it in the book, it not only helps us to digest our food, but also the things that we try to process emotionally. So from there, it's good. And now just underneath the eyes gently, so just tapping, which is very similar to a technique called EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. And it's all about tapping to help the energy move and to release energy no longer needed. All right, so once you go here, just kind of brush your hands off. And then now, same leg, same hand. You can make fists, you can do it like that. We'll do about 10 times each side. I'm not counting, so we're just going to guess. And I might be doing this a little out of order, but wait till you see how you feel after. Okay, now we cross over. Make sure you're crossing right over the midline. And go ahead, shake off your hands again, brush them off. All right, and now take your hands right in front of your hip points. They can be on you as well. And close your eyes. And we're going to inhale, draw the energy up, 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 up to the face and beyond. And we're going to reach the arms and then clear everything away. So again, hands in front of the hip points, right in front of the pelvis. Draw that energy up, inhaling and exhale. And again, last time. The last part is kind of silly, but she said to ground the energy, we place one finger in the belly button, one at the third eye, and you press in and slightly up. 3 breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in, breathe out. Last time, inhale, exhale. Good, last thing, we take our right hand over to the left shoulder and brush down that arm. Same with the other side. We'll do that 3 times each arm. Brush everything off, hands off. And now take a moment to stand tall. Close the eyes, hands together in front of the heart. Notice how you feel. Keep a little bend in the knees, micro bend, so the energy can continue to flow freely. Shoulders soft, even soften down across the low back, right at the sacrum, lumbar area, so that you don't feel so rigid if you do. Breathing in. Sigh the breath out. Let any unneeded, unwanted energy go. Breathe in fully. Exhale completely. I'd love to hear, and we'll continue on here, but after class I'd love to hear if that changed anything for you. And I'm going to be putting up a video with just that, all in the right order, here pretty soon. So come up to the top of your mat, hands together, right in front of your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive down. Take a full breath in, reach your heart toward the front of the mat and beyond, and then exhale, fold down. Step your right foot back. Spin that foot down. We're setting up for warrior two. Reach the right hand out in front of you and spin right on up. Settle in where the heel and arch are in line with one another and extend the arms out to the sides. Check in, both arms, similar height. Tops of the shoulders drop. Lift from underneath the arms. Lift from the pelvic floor. Strong warrior two. Breathing in. Breathing out, sink a little bit lower. Spin your left palm up. Yeah, because we're on that side. Tricked myself going into it, starting with the left foot. Right hand down, reach that left arm up. Keep sinking into that front leg, into the left leg, pressing through the outer edge of that right foot. Warrior two. Hands down. Downward dog. Full breath in. And complete breath out. Take your right leg, reach it to the sky. On your exhale, bring the knee in toward the belly. Come forward into this three-legged plank. Hug that knee up toward the belly, and then take the right foot forward. Spin the back foot down. Left hand reaches this time. Windmill up here, and settle into your warrior two, now with the right foot forward. Try to stack the shoulders over the hips. Take the arms, reach them long. Stretch out long. Right palm, spin it up. Left hand to the leg. Reach the right arm up. Sink down into that front leg. Look up, soft gaze. Breathe in. Stay here, breathe out as you reach through the right fingertips. Come back, warrior two. Hands down. Downward dog. Full breath in. Exhale the breath out. Look up between the hands, bend the knees, sit the hips back toward the heels, and hop or step right up to the top, finding your halfway lift as you inhale. Breathe out, soften down. Inhale, press all the way up. Reach up and back, palms together, right in front of your heart. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Breathe in, reach up. Going for warrior one this time. On the exhale, dive down. Full breath in, long spine. Exhale, fold. We'll step back with the left foot. Spin that foot down. And try to stay with your heart toward the front of the mat. Take the hands to that front leg if you need to. Walk the right foot over enough so you have enough space so you're not on a tightrope but more of train tracks. And start to send the right hip back, wrapping that thigh under as you squeeze the knee open. Still pressing through the outer edge of the back foot and working to rotate the hips forward. Shoulders, rib cage, arms reach. Keep pressing through the outer edge of that back foot. Let the tops of the shoulders soften. But let's go into a balance pose from here. So if you need to take a couple of steps doing this, go right ahead. Otherwise, we're going to keep that bend in the right knee, and then we're going to slide the left foot up. That knee is bent, knee in line with the hip. So now we're at the top of the mat. Flexing the left foot, arms reaching. Maybe looking up, forward, or close the eyes for an extra challenge. And we're going to a couple of options here. You can either step back, warrior two, or you can just set the foot down, and we'll meet in mountain pose in just a few moments. All right, so if you're following with me, we're gonna step that left foot back, wander the right foot over a little bit, heel to arch, arms reach, full breath in. Exhale, hands down. Downward dog. Inhale. And exhale. Bend the knees, step up to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale, reach. Palms together, right in front of the heart. Getting hot. Stand tall. Heart meeting the thumbs, thumbs meeting the heart. Broad across the chest, knees soft. Standing tall. Remembering that one favorite thing about being in this universe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, moving on, reach up. Exhale, bow down. Halfway lift, full breath in. Slow exhalation, folding back down. Let's step the right foot back and then the left. We're gonna come into the other side from downward facing dog. So spread the fingers in your plank. Take the hips all the way up and back. And we're gonna take the left leg, reach it up. And on the exhale, bend the knee, bring it in toward the belly, and come forward, three-legged plank. Round the spine a little bit like you're in your cat pose. And then step that left foot forward, finally. Spin the back foot down. Try to keep your heart reaching toward the front of the mat and aiming toward the front of the mat as you come up. Walk the left foot over a little bit to the left if you need to. Spin the hips forward. Take the arms, reach them up. Work your shoulders over the hips, head over the shoulders. Maybe looking up as you lift through the heart or straight ahead. Press through the outer edge of that right foot as you continuously work to spin, ribs, shoulders, gaze forward. All right, and so we'll come into that balance pose in just a moment, but for right now, take one more breath in, feel your feet. Breathe out, maybe sink just a little bit lower. And then keep that left knee bent, slide the right foot in. Maybe the toes touch down for a moment, and we lift the right knee. Something different with the hands, maybe extend them out to the side, or even back behind you, maybe interlace the fingers. Hug the shoulder blades down the back. And so, if you're still here, great, stay here, breathe. You can follow me back through Warrior 2. We'll go through a vinyasa. Or you can come into Child's Pose because we'll end up there in a few moments. All right. So go wherever you want to go. If you're following me, reach the arms, step the right foot back, line up the feet with one another, send the arms parallel to the earth. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Downward dog. Inhale to your plank. As you exhale, lower. Point through the toes, lift up the heart. Downward dog, exhale. 3 rounds of breath. Sighing the breath out. Maybe walking in place. Releasing the jaw. And last breath in. Exhale the breath all the way out. Feel free to stay in down dog if you feel you have a lot more energy right now, or just come on down and rest in child's pose. As you're resting, wherever, either in your active rest pose, downward dog, or in child's pose, I'm going to read. And I was just going to open up to any page, so let's see how this goes. I'm reading from One Soul, More Poems from the Heart of Yoga by Dana Falls. This is called Swallowed Whole. When I let go of what I know, what's left? If I set off without a compass, will I be led? An inner urge too strong to overlook insists that I go forward. I stumble, fall, get up and start again. Longing lights the path like a lantern. The mountaintop looks so far away that I stop to rest, and in the quiet, I realize that practice isn't about getting anywhere, changing anything, making something happen, or slowing what's in motion. Union can't be forced, won't be won by fighting. It alights like a moth on a dandelion, or swallows me whole like Jonah's whale. All it takes is receiving what is here right now, being intimate with all that is, and knowing that the act of offering what I really am will never be refused. So wherever you are, take just a few more rounds of breath. Let your body soften in maybe a place that you haven't thought of yet. The back ribs, the solar plexus, the front of the heart, the throat, maybe the third eye. One more inhale. Exhale. If you're not in child's pose, come on down into child's pose for just a moment. And then slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself up. Come to hands and knees. Take the knees right underneath the hips. Spread the fingers wide. So we're slowing things down here. 15, 20 minutes, and we'll be finished and ready for final relaxation. But first, in this tabletop here, inhale, let the belly button drop as you lift the heart and spread the collarbones. On your exhale, round the spine, push the hands into the earth, tip slightly forward, spread and make space between the shoulder blades. Inhale, let the belly drop. And as you're here, press the hands down and energetically drag them back as you reach your heart forward. Last time round. And come back to a neutral place. Make sure that that left wrist is right underneath that left shoulder. And we're going to take the right hand and inhale, reach up toward the sky. On the exhale, hand comes down, palm up, thread it over and under, over to the left, and stay right there. Let's walk this left arm forward. Just walk it forward. I know a lot of times we wrap it around behind us, which if you absolutely want to do that, go ahead. Otherwise, reach it straight ahead. Make sure the back of the neck feels okay. It feels long. You can walk this left hand a little bit over to the right if you have the space and no injuries with the shoulder. And then go ahead and bring that left hand back in. Press yourself back up. Right wrist underneath that shoulder, knees underneath the hips. Inhale, reach the left arm up. On the exhale, bring it down, palm up, thread it over and under, over to the right. Left temple coming down, right arm reaches forward. can walk the right hand a little bit over to the left for this last breath. Hips can move a little bit to the left. And come back, right hand beside the face, press up. Stay in a tabletop. Find that long spine of yours. Spread the fingers. Maybe tuck the toes. If you feel you need to wake up the bottoms of the feet, tuck the toes. Otherwise, point them back. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, lateral movement, looking over the right shoulder, hips to the right. Center as you breathe in. On the exhale, look to the left. Continue going at your pace with your breath, squeezing the right side body, or whichever side you're on. So as you empty the lungs, just squeeze that side of the body. One more time each side. Back to center. When you're ready, take your time. And on your next exhale, we'll round the spine. Wiggle around a little bit while you're there. Get into all those places in the back of the body. And then come on up. We'll come into a forward fold. If you need to sit up on something, go ahead and do that. And let's take the feet hip distance apart. Find that nice sturdy base by moving the flesh away from the sitting bones a little bit. Take the arms to the sky. Inhale. On the exhale, just start to fold. Think about folding from just below the ribs. Just starting there. That can be mostly flat. And feel that wall of resistance. Drop the hands. Maybe they're at your toes, maybe they're at your knees or your thighs. Doesn't really matter. Breathing in, finding some more space in the torso. Breathing out, still folding from just below the ribs. Inhale, always looking for space on the breath in. Breathing out, gently folding down. Either keep your hands on the body somewhere or take them out to the side. Start to relax your feet, relax your ankles. And if the hands are now at the sides, you can spin your palms to face up. If you have blocks or maybe a couple of folded blankets, you can use them however you would like here. We're going to be here a little bit longer. Let go of any sense of being too rigid. And just let yourself get soft. Let the shoulders start to droop a little bit, to round slightly. Maybe the chin softens down toward the chest. Observe what it feels like to be here right now. In this moment, with this breath, in the body that you're in today. If it feels uncomfortable, if you feel pain, think about how you would help a friend through that. Watching your thoughts, being kind and compassionate and patient with yourself. How does this feel? How could I make this more comfortable? Those points of discomfort and pain, can I send my breath there? Even if it's not possible realistically to breathe into the back of the legs. Obviously our lungs are in the chest, but imagine that you could breathe into certain areas. And really breathing in awareness so that we can soften, so that we can move energy through the body. We can move energy out of the body, letting go of anything not serving your highest self, anything not serving your journey, the road that you want to be on or are on. Let it go. Let yourself be exactly as you are. And remember, what is that one thing that makes you feel the most joy for being a part of this universe, on this earth? It's that we need to remember and acknowledge when our days get dark, when we're having a rough day, which is fine. We're all having them. But allowing yourself to feel whatever it is that you need to feel. Keep breathing. Sit with it, be with it for as long as you need, and then shed it. Let it go. Release it. Take one more breath in, slow, smooth inhalation. Surrender your body into the shape, your heart with the breath out. And on your next breath in, very carefully, very gently, kind to yourself. Just make your way up. If you have blocks, you can let them help you walk yourself up. You can set these blocks aside, or if you're using any props, set them aside. Roll the shoulders a couple of times. Going in the opposite direction. And we're going to scooch forward so we bend the knees and come down to the forearms and wave the knees from side to side. In a few moments, we're going to come into a variation of pigeon pose. And we'll start in reclined pigeon, sleeping pigeon on the back. And we'll move into a different variation that I've taught it in class a couple of times, but I've been doing it more recently at home, and it feels really nice. But feel free to stay in sleeping pigeon once we get there. All right, so coming down onto the back, take a moment just to take a full breath in. Exhale this breath out, let the shoulders relax. Breathe in. And breathe out. Turn the head a couple of times from side to side. And then feet are hip distance apart. Cross the right ankle over the left leg. And this might be enough. If you have trouble bringing the left knee in and interlacing the fingers around that left leg, then you could always come into this seated, cross the leg the same way, and then slide that left foot in, and you can spin the fingertips to face away as you reach your heart toward the right leg. Otherwise, on the back, fingers interlaced in front of and below the left knee or behind it. Gently hugging that left knee in, right knee reaches in the opposite direction, back of the neck stays long. Breathe. Stay here, or take both hands, bring the palms together, fingertips pointing up toward the sky, Keep the hands together, bring them down, and both through the space of the legs, of that right leg. Hold on to the lower right leg on the outside. Keep that right foot flexed. Extend the left leg long, point through the toes. Stay here, or full breath in, and on the exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. Reach more through the space, cupping and holding that leg, maybe even cradling it like you're holding a baby, and breathing as you either close the eyes and look straight ahead. Just make sure the chin's not up toward the sky, if the head is lifted, and even if it's on the ground. With every breath out, try to soften the shoulders, relax the jaw, keep the eyes soft. If you have the head lifted on your next breath out, go ahead and lower it down. You can bring that left knee back into the picture. Come back to where you started. Big sigh at some point. Let the hips relax. Let any lower vibrational energy go. Again, that's like fear, anxiety, anything that darkens your mood, that brings you down, that makes you feel weighed down. Let that go. Okay. And go ahead, release, set both feet down. And let's come up, actually, let's come right up to the forearms and windshield wiper the knees from side to side. You can also do that on your back. And when you're ready, if you came up to do that, come on back down, knees together, feet wide, arms, let's take them overhead. Feel the right side. Feel the left side. Relax the jaw. One more inhale. Full breath out. And let's go ahead and do the other side. So left ankle over the right leg, stay there, or bring that right knee in, interlace the fingers, maybe behind the knee, one side might be different. Keep that left foot flexed, and let the shoulders soften as much as you can. Even let the eyes sink beneath the eyelids. You can stay right here, or palms together, thread them through the space of the legs, grab a hold of that left leg, any which way, lengthen the right leg out in front of you. And I've seen some people keep reaching the right leg up, so if you go there, feel free to do that, whatever feels best in your body. That left foot stays flexed, toes reaching back toward the shin bone, heart reaching toward the shin bone as well. Face is soft. Whether the head is lifted or still down on the ground, remember to breathe smoothly, mindfully, finding somewhere to soften as you exhale. If you still have the head lifted, go ahead, lower down, Come back to the place we started. Be easy on yourself. Rock a little bit side to side. And then go ahead and release. Set both feet down. We'll stay on our backs here. So drop the knees from side to side. And come on back. Bring the feet together. Take your left leg, cross it over the right. With that right foot still down, lift the hips, swing them an inch or so over to the left. Bring both knees in. Either arms are going to be straight out to the sides, overhead, or maybe somewhere on you. And we're going to twist to the right, but if you need to bring the floor closer, you could take a blanket or a block over to the outer right thigh or underneath that left knee as it comes down. And breathe right here. Don't worry too much if this left shoulder is coming completely away from the ground. Just try to anchor it down. If this doesn't feel good, unwind the legs and stack the knees. Twist there. Soften the face, the lips, the neck and the throat. Listen to the sound of your breath. Give yourself a smile. Come back up. Unwind the legs, realign your spine, bring the feet back together, right leg over the left, press into the left foot, swing the hips over to the right, knees in, twist to the left. Sending the right shoulder blade down, looking to the right. Letting yourself be here. Try not to force anything, but just feel. Just feel it all. Keeping that smile if you're feeling it. If you're having a rough day, maybe cry instead. Either is healing. I've done a lot of both. Relax your jaw. Let the eyes soften right behind the eyelids. Sigh a breath out. Soften the eyebrows. Take one more round of breath. When it's time to come up, press down into that left arm, unwind the legs, realign yourself, take the knees side to side. And then let's stretch out long. So reach the arms back behind you, stretch the toes straight ahead, pointing through the toes, flexing the feet, wiggling from side to side. And then bend both knees, maybe go back to windshield wipering them from side to side. You can stay down on your back and just listen to your body. If there is anything else that you need right here, right now, just pause. Unless you absolutely know what it is that you need or don't need, then just take a moment and pause and feel. Do you feel balanced from one side to the other? Are you feeling any part of your body that was neglected, that just needs a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of movement? If so, take it. If you're ready, you might want to come up to a seat to end class, or maybe you want to lay in final relaxation. Whatever you choose, it's up to you. I am going to have to sign off in a moment, but I'll leave you with a few relaxing words. So whether you're seated or on your back, come back to your breath. Sigh the breath out. Feel your body sinking into the earth wherever it is coming into contact with it. From head to toe, allow surrender to wash over you. And somewhere in there, feel the joy that lives within you. Brush away the cobwebs, push any sadness aside, and find it. It's there. Feel yourself breathing. Feel the gentle movement that the breath creates in your body. Bones are getting heavier, even if you're sitting, like bones can get heavier. The muscles releasing and loosening their grip from around the bone. Breathe in. Breathe out. Letting go of what no longer serves your higher self. Your divine within, creative consciousness. What no longer serves you? What is not working in your day? Let it go, making space for newness, for change, adaptability, resiliency, happiness, finding that within without having to search outside of ourselves for it. You get to choose. We choose, I choose, you choose what your reality is with every thought, with every action, with every word. And remember, when things get challenging or tough, remember that one thing that brings you the most happiness from being a part of this universe, this human experience. What is it that brings you the most peace, happiness, joy? What makes you smile? Remember that and seek more of that out in your day. Today, right now. I will be doing the same. Thank you for joining live while you were here, if you're still here, for taking this after it's been recorded. Thank you very, very much. I'll be doing a chair class tomorrow at 1:30, geared toward beginners, but anyone can benefit from it. And John and I will be doing our live music yoga on Monday at 5:30. Lift your heart to meet your thumbs. If you're seated, let the shoulders drop. Inhale, choosing happiness, joy, and all that makes us smile. Exhaling, feeling grounded, strong, stable. Letting the lips curl up to a smile. I bow to the divine light and love within you from that same place that's within me. Namaste.